The disastrous floods in southern China are severe, affecting nearly 34 million people and at least 27 provinces and cities. Some residents were critical, saying that several reservoirs were opened simultaneously at midnight without informing the public. In addition, the Fenghuang Phoenix, ancient town in Hunan Province, was hit by heavy rain at the end of June. While the residents were busy rebuilding after the floods, the official media of the CCP reported that the river in the ancient town was surrounded by mist and looked like a fairyland. The disastrous floods in mainland China continued to expand. Many places from the Yangtze River Basin to the southwestern region suffered. On July 12th, Chinese Chairman Xi Jinping admitted that the flood control situation is very serious. In She County, Huangshan City, Anhui Province, many rivers' water levels have risen and have been flooding villages, bridges, urban areas, and crops. Economic losses are difficult to estimate.
Several reservoirs released water at the same time, but the government did not inform us in advance. We almost never encountered such a disastrous flood in history. There was no notice for the water release at midnight. The loss would be much smaller if the government had informed us in a timely manner.
On July 10th, a tea manufacturer owner in She County, Anhui Province, couldn't help crying after all 3,000 tons of tea leaves were soaked in water. Mr. Wu said that this owner suffered a lot of losses, but there were many other victims who were not reported.
There's a lot, not only the tea manufacturer, but also individuals and private companies, like the supermarket that opened 15 days ago. It was completely flooded the next day, and all the goods on the shelves were scrapped.
Mr. Wu said that seeking compensation from the government won't work if only one or two people speak out. People need to all speak up.
In my hometown, people say that they do not want to directly be in conflict with the government, nor do they want to be in direct conflict with national security. They dare not to speak out, so they just keep quiet about it. They all know what is going on in this country, but they dare not say anything. For example, they are afraid of being retaliated against.
Mr. Jin said, "Don't count on the CCP anymore. Chinese people still have to carry through the natural or man-made disasters themselves." The Poyang Lake broke through the embankment, flooding 4,000 square kilometers, equivalent to 3 Guangfang counties. In Poyang County, Shangrao, the rice harvest basically failed. Large portions of rice crops are too late to harvest, all soaked in the water. On June 28th, CCP mouthpiece Xinhua.net reported that Jiangxi's grain silo was full of grain and rice fields wave in the wind, ensuring that the grain area and output would achieve double growth. However, this report did not mention that heavy rain was coming, nor did it remind the public to harvest rice in advance. On July 11th, the Yangtze River's water level surged and water poured into Poyang Lake due to flood discharge from the Three Gorges. With a continued strong rainfall, the water level of Poyang Lake and its tributaries have risen sharply and already reached a record high. It is reported that Nanchang, Jingdezhen, Zhejiang, Shanghai, and 10 other districts and 98 counties in Jiangxi Province have suffered floods. Among them, in Poyang County, Shangrao City, there have been 14 levee breach warnings and more than 10 villages flooded.
It, CCP, can broadcast some false news from its mouthpieces, but what people have really experienced is no such thing as the so-called the CCP leading cadres full of positive energy. No, the CCP officials are just afraid of losing their positions, and they don't care about anything else.
On June 28th, Fenghuang, Phoenix, ancient town in Hunan Province, was hit by heavy rain. A mainland netizen uploaded a video about the situation after the retreat of the flood in the Phoenix ancient town on July 11th.
你看这个水发了有多大？你看一下，太大的水了。你看那些店面的话，就已经在水里面嘛，你看，已经没有肉了。
Netizens said along the banks of the Tuajiang River, a whole row of shops have leasing-seeking advertisements. The Phoenix ancient town used to be a tourist attraction in Hunan Province, but in fact it has long been deserted. Another video uploaded by another netizen showed Phoenix ancient town right after the disastrous flood on June 30th. As we can see from the picture, it was a complete mess. Netizens said that a lot of stones have accumulated on the streets along the river, which were washed down the mountain by the flood.
在河上的一条过道桥，由于当时洪水非常的猛，冲来了很多垃圾，看一下，全部都堆积在这里。这里有一条柱子都被洪水冲断了，现在的洪水还没有完全的退去。看一下，这座桥两头还是被水淹着。
The CCP mouthpiece media ChinaNew.com viewed it differently regarding the disastrous floods. The report said that on July 1st, the Tuajiang River in the Phoenix ancient town was covered with mist, as if it were covered with a white gauze. The video showed that lots of tourists were on the bridge, taking photos in the thin water mist, and there were pedestrians on the arch bridge, as if they were in a fairyland. However, looking at the video uploaded by a netizen on July 11th, the arch bridge was still flooded at both ends, and pedestrians cannot pass over it at all.